job is to
give mana.
Yeah, just don't die, stay alive, give us the mana, and
Ruby gonna be able to spam Fade Bolt, Swashbuckle from Pango. Pango is really strong in the meta, a really strong meta hero, so it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be enough though. Again, not a hater, but I'm a little bamboozled here.
A little NA Dota hater, maybe.
Look at March though, look at that aggression. Get him, Crystal Maiden, throw those snowballs.
I mean, March loved playing Crystal Maiden forever, I think, as well. He loved playing offlane Crystal Maiden too, so this team loves Crystal Maiden. Yeah.
I've watched the offlane Crystal Maiden. I've seen it succeed in some of his pubs, but again, this is not pubs, this is
He played it in official games too.
Did he?
Yeah,
Which one? I can't remember now.
A long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they still had a Bosnian player. I still hate them for that. Just removing a Bosnian player. We Bosnians, we had one player, one single player in Milan, and they kick him. And they kick him before a major. What a terrible thing to do.
All right, there, hater. Calm down.
Okay,
dial it back a notch.
I'm done.
All right.
Go Liquid. Let's go Liquid. I'm not biased.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this all goes down here in the lane, see how the Slark ends up doing. And they have a really good point, right? They've got some great answers with the fact that, you know, the Lifestealer has that Rage, has a built-in BKB. It's going to be pretty
Yeah, but look at that spam. Kuro, my friend, he's spamming out the Mystic whatever. I'm done. Coil.
Gets the denial off, too. He's like, you know what, I'm low enough. Whatever. We'll go back.
Goes back to base.
It's easy. Don't even have to jump that tower.
I was actually talking with Fogged on the minor, and he said, like, when is Abba gonna be picked? Because that hero with the buffed Mist Coil, like, he can definitely be a strong support. The only question is how much he does later. This is a perfect game for Abaddon, I think, because he does a lot later as well. He's not like playing versus Bat or something like that, but he still is very useful versus the Crystal Maiden, versus the Venomancer. So I think a really good position 5. However, comboing him with something like Nyx does look a little bit awkward. It is Liquid though, so they'll make it work.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Now, I was having a conversation with Jenkins, too, about, you know, the Abaddon pick, just because of the fact, you know, he can spam Mist Coil. It becomes very annoying, almost like a Skywrath Mage in a sense, right?
Yeah.
It's the harass that you're able to throw out. And, you know, in the case in the laning phase, too, you know, you get a little bit too low for your own liking, and you just, you know, deny yourself, go back, heal up.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing right now. The only issue is you can't deny yourself all the time because you need to wait for that TP cooldown.
Right. So, you know.
Yeah, deny yourself every time you have a port off cooldown.
All right, GH lands that Impale.
He's getting really low, but Kuro there to save the day.
No problem for him, he's fine.
On the bottom lane, Darkseer just creep skipping, having a blast.
Well, this is kind of the Kips and I used to talk about this, the gentleman's agreement, so to speak, right? You're allowed to...
I wouldn't call people that creeps give gentlemen like that.
But the idea that, you know, you're going to keep all 3 heroes here in the top lane, you're just going to let the bottom 2 farm up, do their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, it's a stalemate in a sense, but you have to be careful.
It is a stalemate, but I think Darkseer might be benefiting a bit more from this. You can see with the CS as well, especially because he can pull the wave to the medium camp over there and then farm the medium camp and the creep wave. Same can be said for Pango. He can pull it to the hard camp, but that hard camp was, I believe, blocked by a Radiant Sentry. So
he's impaled. It just... GH, so patient every time. It's just like, all right, well, I'm all, you know, pounced up. I'll just wait a minute, wait for them to get into a beautiful little line, and there's a very dead...
And we didn't miss it. We were watching mid. We weren't watching Monkey, but we were watching mid, so First Blood not missed. Braille does get it. Venomancer, as I said, can work well versus Monkey King on mid. You have a lot of slow on that Gale versus him, so he cannot chase you down and get Jingu masteries up. It is a pretty decent lane for him, and you can see the CS is kind of even, but with that First Blood, Veno should take over.
It's all about the kiting too, for sure, with having that Venomancer there.
And another issue that I see on that lane is there's no one to help out Matu. Like, you can't really gank this lane. With who? With Nyx? It's not gonna happen.
Right.
Like, they don't have an aggressive power in their 2 supports whatsoever. Nyx, it's possible, but it's very hard, and we'll see. He is hovering around that haste throne. Maybe with the haste throne he can go mid, but...
Yeah, he's making his way over there. Speedy little lobster here. Go get the Impale over here, trying to just get a little bit. Matuma's getting very, very low. We'll have to go try to lifesteal off. Bryle now is chasing him down. They're going to be able to get this kill. They're trying so hard. He's going to try to heal up, but nope, the Fade Bolt comes out from Fear.
Even South faced his honestly, I mean, okay, Moo is going to be pressured a bit, but he's
all
fine.
right. He's all right.
And they kill Monkey again. He now has to take the famous walk of shame. Yeah, the walk of shame mid, no port. So it's horrible for him.
It's like GH might have to be a little bit careful. Does have the ion shell on him. He'll try to mess with Forever a little bit. He's staying very, very low, though. He could turn this around. Yeah, he misses the impale. They could go right back in again, but they're just going to go try to grab those runes up. J.Storm feeling real good right now with all those runes.
Yeah, I think the issue that Liquid has is basically what we mentioned before. This combination of supports that they've got going for them isn't really very aggressive.
Oh, Kuro! He gets the denial off. See you later, nerds.
Well, that's really good. Mo getting really low, and that's not really great for him. He would definitely like to be left alone here so he gets some experience, but you can't really do that, right? As he's aggressed all the time by this Abaddon.
In the bottom lane, like you said, you know, we talk about the gentleman's agreement, but at the same time, certain heroes do come out on top of that, and with the Darkseer being able to pull over, like you're saying, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, Pango is 36 CS, though. He's doing kind of all right. Not
but
too shabby.
Who's going to be the bigger threat, right, when
it's
when they hit that peak first is the question,
Darkseer
right?
definitely benefits a lot from those utility items, and his team benefits a lot from them. Even if he goes for Helm of Dominator, it is versus Crystal Maiden, but you can still go for it. But Pango, he just needs that javelin, honestly. He gets that first javelin and he's just crazy. The amount of damage that he gets and farming speed is just way too good for him.
And like getting the levels too, like we do have the level 6 online for him, so he could start trying to, you know, make some moves, put some pressure down on the map if he wants to.
The problem with Pango, however, that I see here for J.Storm is that it is a safe lane Pango.
Bottom lane.
Nice.
It's gonna go, starts the wind up, but
he's fine. Not even close.
No sweat, right? No sweat off his brow.
Who said it? Was it Slacks? I think he said, like, when you're playing Pango, it feels like you're playing a different game. A different game. Like you're just enjoying. Pinball. Yeah, you're just enjoying yourself. It's.
There's the rage coming out. Moo gonna have to go and flippity flop his way out of there. And a bit of pressure being placed down here by Mind Control and GH, but we do start to see, you know, these rotations coming out. We're not seeing the tri-lanes any longer. They're trying to put a bit more pressure down and maybe allow just some more, you know, levels to get up over onto Lifestealer too.
I'm just wondering what Darkseer's item progression is going to be like. I think that's going to impact Liquid's game the most he goes for. As if he does go for that utility early on, they can fight against Bryle and pressure him, but because Bryle is having an amazing game, you can see he has that buckler going to mech.
Yeah, well, what are they going to do to him, you know? Again, they turn their attention now over onto Kuro. He's only sitting at level 3. He uses the Aphotic Shield.
All right.
Is everyone going back to farming now? Just chilling out.
They're going to protect the Vano a little bit. They know that he is very tanky and that he is farmed, so they're expecting some rotations to come from Liquid, but I don't see it happening, honestly. Like Liquid, their aggressive potential in this part of the game is basically zero. They don't have it.
It's a bit tough too, right? Because they don't have much for lockdown really coming out from the side of Liquid. Although Moo's sitting very, very low. That Aphotic Shield, if his pops off, this could be the end of our fishy friend. And there it is. Kuro gets a kill over onto Moo here top lane. And we'll just see Lifestealer hitch a ride on the creeps on his way out.
I mean, they have no aggressive potential, but they bait that Slark super hard. And I think Moo just overestimated his strength there, honestly. Because I do see why you want to be trading hits as Slark. But with that bounce off cooldown, I don't know why he remained there. He needed to run.
This tower is going down super, super fast though here in the mid lane.
That's mech on Bryle. Mech and snakes, you just can't approach it.
No.
Just plant some snacks around and take down the tower.
I believe they're Hydralisks, little mini Hydralisks.
Mini little Hydras, all right. I mean, Vano used to be a Hydra in Dota. He's a Hydralisk, actually.
Right, yeah.
Oh!
Please, sir.
Missed that Gale.
Just continuously, it almost feels a little bit like a Timber Saw in a sense, right? Or like a Broodmother. You just plop them in the lane, let them create some space, let them farm up, and just take your towers until, you know, the rest of the team's ready to kind of group. But again, we have not seen the Pango ulti come out here just yet. A little bit of a hop here, over here onto Pango. Will be able to just go swashbuckle himself out. He's in for a little bit of trouble. He's going to go for the roll wind-up, and they'll turn back around. He's going to try to get as many bounces off this corner as possible. And there's going to be the rotation coming out now from Brile. Poor Sharks here. Mind control, you're not going nowhere there, Cupcake.
Okay.
Though GH might have found himself a
Nope.
another friend, but no, can they get enough damage off in time? It's not going to be enough.
That Iron Shell just disappeared on the Nyx, so he couldn't go for the kill on Pango. If it was there for 5 more seconds, maybe he gets the kill, but it was a hard one, definitely. And that position in which they fought, it was perfect for Pango. And you can see that this is not really casual Liquid. This isn't common for them to have these heroes that aren't really doing a lot right now. They like GH last game Elder Titan, this game Nyx. Like, yeah, he has a stun, but his skill potential isn't really there yet, right? Like, he cannot do a lot.
It's not as massive, definitely.
It's not, yeah. So that's why that Pango manages just to turn that easily, because they're trying to make moves with heroes that aren't really capable of making them. However, later on they do scale quite well. This Midas on Lifestealer, the item has been nerfed, but it hasn't been nerfed to a point in which Nyx does not buy it. I think it's still very strong on a Lifestealer.
Brass feeling very, very strong right now. Just invading over here, right over to a shrine where anyone could TP, but he knows he does have some backup here from March.
I mean, look at him, 2 raid bans, Mac. I understand completely why he feels that way. We're gonna have a pipe on Pango. We're gonna have Greaves on Venomancer. They definitely want to pressure a Liquid real hard early on.
Mind control. There's gonna be the steal coming out here from the Rubik. It's Surge. And just look how far back Liquid's forced to go right now. And look for Rev. He winds up. He knows he's got some nice angles. He's just gonna pinball himself back and forth, and eventually take down. Mind control. Fear finds that open. They're gonna jump forward again. They find themselves. GH does get that spike Carapace off, but the lift coming out here and the frostbite coming through. Brile gonna be able to get himself a kill and squish a little bug.
Yeah, honestly, J.Storm is stomping them right now, but it isn't only because they're playing amazingly well, which they are. They're doing fine, but their heroes just allow them to do it. Like, when you see these 2 drafts, yeah, J.Storm is squishy, but Liquid, they have no spells. They have nothing to work with. They have no spells and no items. Like, Nyx went for a Midas. He's not going to join these fights anytime soon. The only guy that's going to be able to do something is this, a little Monkey King that's hiding on the trees. He's the one. He's basically the trump card for Liquid. They need him. Before Nyx gets 6, they at least need this monkey to be rotating around, but he's had a rough lane as well. So overall, I'm still expecting Liquid to pull out some Liquid magic and just, I don't know, do something crazy. But
oh, he goes right underneath the ward. They'll turn around. They've got their eyes on GH, and just like that, he's gone.
They have invested 4 heroes here, but they aren't really losing a lot because Slark is still farming under the tower.
Well, I imagine they're going to translate this into... Oh, maybe not. All right. I was thinking that they might translate it into a tower push and just keep making more space for Moo. But you do see them kind of wandering around that middle lane. I'm not sure.
We did see Moo going for Midas as well. So we're going to have 2 Midases on 2 cores, one on Nyx, one on Slark. I don't know. I just have a feeling that there's something missing on this build from Slark too.
Oh no, Kuro gets tossed right back. They do use the Rolling Thunder though. But again, probably going, oh, they're going back in. They find themselves a little bug over here. Spike Carapace wears off. Lucky Shot does proc. Miracle making his way over. There's only so much that he can really do right now against all of this nastiness.
Greaves have been used and they heal up.
Oh, Moo though. Mind control, just casually. I guess you call it a 1v1 even though he's got a centaur, right?
I don't know what you call it, but that shouldn't be happening.
It should not be happening.
Yeah, that solo kill from Mind Control should definitely not be happening because J.Storm, this whole push of theirs is useless, futile if their Slark dies.
Miracle won't be able to go use the infest over on one of their own creeps. Calls himself a local Uber here. And he just pops on out again, but he's got to run himself out. He can't deal with all of these guys right now, especially not without the backup of the team. I love how Marsh just doesn't even care to lifesteal. Just come back here. Wasn't done with you yet. Yeah, normally you're terrified of
They're so strong right now. And basically, I don't feel like they're on a big of a timer, per se, but Monkey King is farming quite well. He has almost the Echo Saber, right? So that's going to allow him to fight, while Moo is going for this Midas. And it's a delayed Midas. He died twice on this lane, I believe. He didn't really farm that well either. His team is taking objective, which is giving him a little bit of a boost, but I think that he should be doing a bit more.
Oh, that smoke coming out. They'll be able to frostbite here over on GH to land over onto Slark, but he's in for a world of trouble because they're just going to run down GH. Spike Carapace comes through, buys him a little time, but Bryle's on a killing spree.
That's not horrible. Dying like...
Bottom? Thinking about it. Playing a little bit with Matu here.
He wants to try and go for this somehow.
You gotta be so careful when you're over against these like hard walls though, when you're playing against a Pengo, because this guy, he's a pinball master.
Definitely.
The pinball wizard over here.
Pinball wizard, yeah. He did demonstrate that a couple of times in this match, so you have to be careful versus Forev.
Runes are up, and J.Storm grabs himself a handful.
3 bounties. Or he just bottled one.
I think he bottled. Yeah, it was bottled. Oh, down here, March, he's doing the dance of his people. Will force Kuro to have to go and run himself away. It's all healed up, but there's still a lot of damage left here to go after Kuro. And it's going to be that Swashbuckle throw him up in the air, and March does find himself a kill.
All right, so they get a kill on Kuroki, but you have to realize where they got that kill. They got it at their shrine. They rotated 2 heroes to go for that. This tier 1 on top, because of that, is still standing. Mind Control is farming out, pushing it. Objectively, that kill is much better for Liquid than it is for J.Storm, even though it's Kuroki that died. So.
And that is the Crystal Maiden ult that got used.
And Crystal Maiden ult, yeah. I mean, who cares about that right now, honestly, but...
I care.
You care?
Stop being such a hater. Top lane, again, this is not looking good for our Slarky friend, but he does have some backup this time. You've got the Pango just rolling around in circles, and they find a kill over on GH.
That's definitely what they needed. Yeah, Forev did get the kill. But
I was scared that Mu was gonna
Mu didn't die. He finished that Midas, and like he was what 50 gold away from Midas, so not dying there is very crucial. Yes. It's good. I'm not a hater. I love Crystal Maiden's ult, like blinking in the woods, using it. You don't have to actually blink in the woods anymore. You have plus gazillion armor.
You got that armor, yeah. Tank Maiden.
Yeah, Tank Maiden and Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, there you go.
Run to the hills, plebs.
Got some really good music quotes here. Man, where's Kyle? He would be loving this right now. My goodness. But top tower, again, this pressure being placed down. And I guess the name of the game becomes for J.Storm, can they keep up this pressure? Because
they still can.
They're not. Well, it's one of those things, right? Like we've saw them actually in the previous game where they felt like things were a little bit more in their control, but slowly but surely they just waited too long, and you know you saw Liquid not even coming back, because that wasn't the case. They weren't ever really behind. GH though, he is in the wrong place, wrong time. Nice vacuum though, pulls them all together. They tried to get that stomp off. Looks like he might be able to walk away, but again, March doing the dance of his people. They've got their eyes over here onto the Dark Spirit. Monkey King gonna come join into the fight now. Drops that Wukong's army. It looks like Fear trying to run himself away, not going to be able to. Matu finds himself a kill. Looks like March throws out the Frostbite, is going to be able to maybe get away, but there's some more people chasing down at the bottom. Kuro now in for a little bit of trouble. March, he's actually still alive somehow. Miracle gonna have to go use that rage, run himself out, and join the rest of his team. But that is Wukong's command that's down now.
That's Wukong's command that is down. It delayed the push a little bit, just a slight bit, but also what really matters is Miracle didn't die. He has that relic up now, and the next fight, once he gets that Radiance, is going to be very different. Already I see the curtains closing a little bit for J.Storm's show. So far they've been completely dominating and setting the tempo of the game, but once that Radiance is up, I think Liquid is instantly going to strike back.
Definitely see what ends up being the case here. Did they...
This is the problem. You see, like, Mu has this Midas, but he's not progressing with that Midas into anything significant.
Midas. I'm twitching a little bit right now. Passive. There's a whole story behind that. I'll tell you another time. But Kuro here gonna have to go through the Iconic Shield.
Massive Midas, actually.
Oh, passive Midas. Now, I actually... A while back, I was on my own stream, and I had a passive Midas, and people started donating to get me to use my Midas. It was that bad. So now I'm horribly triggered because I'm like, no.
What? I wouldn't be triggered. Free cash. Oh my god. So that's how you do it?
It was the shame of...
Did you put donation goal? Donate to so I
don't know, but I'm gonna see that on your stream.
You
though, right?
Definitely will. I'm a sellout. I'm the biggest sellout out there. Anyway. Yeah, Mu's Midas is great, but for Nyx it means more, right? You get that attack speed, which is awesome on him. You also get that relic a bit faster and the Radiance, which is going to allow him to fight with his team very soon. How far is he? Like
he's so close to it now. He's got to be so careful here.
Rage DP,
oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. They don't have anything to cancel it, so.
A great 3-man rotation, 3-man smoke. Basically, it's not that important that they didn't get the kill, because the plan for them is going to still be the same. I think it's going to be to push this tier 2 on bottom and ward that area. We'll see. There's a basher, full basher completed on Pango too.
This Pango is pretty loaded.
Definitely.
It's got that pipe too on top of everything else, so...
That's one fat Pango. Let's just see.
Does it roll a little bit slower if he's super fast? Like a bowling ball here. All right, Crystal Maiden, Marcher caught on the cliff, but he's got so much. They hit the Aphotic Shield too, but they do manage to go send him up. Greaves are going to get popped over here. It's just this cliff of death right now. Forev just bouncing back and forth. Wukong Command's getting used down here on the bottom Fear, using the telekinetic clip, trying to buy himself a little bit more time to run himself out. Is going to run right into the arms of Miracle, though, and Bryle now in for a lot of trouble. He needs to go and kite them, but Miracle gets himself a double kill. So he's looking for more Bryle. He tries, he gets off that Poison Nova, but he is not long for this world. That's a triple kill coming out, and you're not even done yet if you're on the side of Liquid. You got your eyes on Mr. Forev here, and again, he's pretty fat, he's tanky, but they're just slowly running him down. We'll be able to go and just stun up the Darkseer and make his exit. Moon needs to be careful. He's being a little bit cheeky, just casually farming up that camp. Like, all right, guys, no big deal.
A few strategical mistakes from J.Storm there. First and foremost, you remember when they smoked up to kill Nyx and they didn't? When they didn't kill him, I said, all right, they're probably going to go for that tier 2. But, and obviously, if I notice it, Liquid is going to as well. So they prepare for it and they fight it off with that Radiance completed.
Man. This is not looking good. He is silenced up. He's got enough for that lifesteal if he could get it off in time. March trying to run himself away, but the Aphotic Shield will find its mark. And they'll find a kill, though, over onto Matama. They'll find a kill on Kuro as well.
The Wolf.
Fear, though, taken down. Can I get that final hit over on the Puppers?
They do get him, plus 200 gold, and there's a lot of stacks on Slark right now, so maybe he can look to pounce on someone else.
He's just trying to be a good boy, man. Didn't deserve that.
Poor doggo.
That terrible, terrible murder. The goodest boy.
Overall, though, you can see what I was talking about. The moment this Nyx gets Radiance, instantly the game changes. They get the triple kill on him. And
oh, GH. GH, my friend.
Yeah, very well played by Forev again. Gets another kill. And this guy needs to carry hard. He needs to carry his team on his shoulders right now. Slark does have that Shadow Blade, but he's just not doing enough at the moment.
He can't really. Like, you look at the heroes over on the side of Liquid, and again, you hear Jake just talking like about how, oh, they're squishy over on the side of J.Storm, but they're not on the side of Liquid. It's not as easy to get one of these, like, quick pickoffs.
Yeah, they're not, but at the same time, Slark does not care about your beefiness.
That's true, you get all the stats.
Yeah, so it's not too shabby for him.
Can he stay alive long enough is the question, though, as he can get those stacks.
Yeah,
so it all comes down to.
So far, I don't think the game could have went better for J.Storm. Maybe this last fight, obviously, if they dodged it, it would be good for them. I think that somehow they need to slow down their actions and play around their Slark a little bit, if it's possible, so he gets a few of those permanent stacks. I think he's on 4 right now. A few more would be perfect. He needs to be more involved, definitely. They do have Greaves, they do have Pipe, so it's not like they're in a bad position.
Well, we're seeing a flip from like game number 1, right? In game number 1, we were seeing that, you know, J.Storm had like one person at the top, and that everyone else, though, on the other team was hot on his heels. This time, a little bit of a flip, right? You've got Miracle on the top net worth, but then you've got the 3 cores on the side of J.Storm filling up those next slots.
Yep.
And I have to say, like, hats off for Rev, like, his Pango just knows these angles so well. You see him find one hard area where he can bounce off of, and you're not going anywhere. You're just
he's amazing on
held in place.
He's one of those players that started playing it as soon as he came out.
They see him. They're just sentries everywhere. Yep. It's a very
you don't really see GH feed as much as he did in this game. Like,
it's a tough game for him. They have the detection pretty much at all times right now, and they've got this. Oh, Fred was thinking about it. That would have been a good area to really bounce around, but...
And a play that's perhaps possible for Liquid is Infest Bomb with Nyx. You have the Nyx Infest Bomb. But if your Nyx is dying all the time the way he is, you don't want to take that Uber. Definitely. He looks like he's
that's a one star. That's a 1 star.
Pretty much.
Who was it? Was like someone was on. I think it was SoMB said that she had like picked up a cab and the driver like said, "Oh, never mind. I don't want to." Like made her get out.
Dude, my driver was basically burning out in Kiev on the parking lot. He was like, making donuts and then burning out, and I'm like, yeah, baby. This
Five-star and a tip. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time. All right, Marge might be in for some trouble. Wukong's command gets thrown out, and immediately Crystal Maiden is just out of here, and there's no Forever this time. That was a good jump. Ryle in for a lot of trouble trying to run himself out. Not going to be able to go, though. Kuroki finding that kill. And they go and they use the Poison Nova as well, so... So fast power getting taken down here. Do they go for anything else? Are they going to go for Roche, you think? They do have a medallion, I know, over on the Lifestealer.
They do whatever they want
They go
to
right
now.
in.
Yeah, as long as Pango is dead, you can take this Roche. Pangolier is very strong in the pit, but you can see this Lark. He went Midas Shadowblade, and now he's useless. I don't know. I don't like it that much. He even has a Silver Edge now. But for what?
Silver Edge for what, indeed?
Like, you can use it versus Abaddon as well, and his ultimate. As long as he's silenced, Silver Edge, they can't use that ulti, you can kill him. But
Oh no, oh fear. Miracle, he's feeling strong right now. He's got the Solar Crest, they got that Aegis up and running. I think now we're going to start to, like you said, you know, he's got the Radiance, he's feeling like, you know, the rest of his team's going to be able to back him up. He's just going to start...
yeah, it's not only
over the
Radiance,
show.
it's the Solar Crest now as well.
Right.
So this Nyx is a beast at the moment, and if the thing is, if J.Storm is initiated on... Oh, Slark, he's been stunned. Oh, whatever.
No, but look at this fight, like out of the trees, right down. We've got 3 heroes caught in the middle of all of this. Crystal Maiden just gets obliterated. He leaves there. Bryle, he manages to get forced forward, but just gets run down. And all right, we do get the Crystal Maiden ulti. They're going to try to take her down. And look how fast she chips now. They'll find that opening, and it looks like Forev in for some trouble here. He needs to try to get himself up. Nice vacuum back. Don't really have that locked up. But look at Miracle, just runs right on in. Fear's going to be able to go get the telekinetic lift. Throw him back a little bit. Moo going forward here, trying to get some of these stacks up. Well, it feels bad, right? Because they're playing on a choke point, which is kind of like when you want to try to get these engagements. You're trying to get, you know, Pango already used that ulti. I'm not sure when he did because we kind of jumped back and forth between these 2 fights. Like, that's a dream for Pango, those couple edges, but...
Yeah, those edges there can be a bit difficult. If you turn into like a little bit wrong, you just get stuck.
Right.
You know, it was one of those glitches when you just get stuck in spot as Pango. But as you said, he loves those cliffs. I agree. It would be a good place for them to fight. They still lose it. They're fighting into an Aegis. It's not easy.
Right.
And honestly, you know how the start of the game felt like everything is in control of J.Storm. They had everything they needed in the early stages of the game. Like, same feels for Liquid right now. They're in full control, honestly. And this Lark, if it was any other carry, I feel it would have done better. If it would have done more. I'm just not sold still on Slark. I have a feeling for them to win, this game has to go for, I don't know, an hour or more. This Slark has to get so tanky. He has to get so many items.
He's very behind. He definitely doesn't feel like he's much of a factor right now, unfortunately.
I think that's their biggest issue. Like, yeah, they were winning across the map, but that hero that's supposed to be like bouncing and creating space and hunting supports in the mid game.
It's been the Forev show.
It's been the Forev show. He's been doing that, but Slark hasn't.
Brow's been able to take objectives. Forev's been able to create, you know, chaotic team fights.
Meanwhile, Slark was dying.
Yeah, and it was not like they were ganking him. Yeah, that's the worst part. It was like dying to just the Darkseer alone, like in the top lane. That should not be happening, like you said.
He's getting that BKB. With Silver Edge BKB, you can jump on the Monkey, you can jump on the Nyx as well. So with that leash, maybe they can take them down.
To get used to the Spike Carapace stolen by Rubik there, and just to stun up the...
Are they going to allow him to get the BKB, though? Look
that
at
is
this.
the question. They're just going to town right now. You've got that Curse of Avernus too over.
He has Manta finished as well.
Rage comes through. They're just happy with that, and they're going to go chasing after Bryle. Brownson for a little bit of trouble again. Guardian Groups popping out too. Turn their attention back. The bottom tower is getting wailed on though by those creeps.
Meanwhile, in the distant lands of the bottom lane, one lonely tower dies to 5 creeps.
If no one's there to watch it die, though, does it really count? Yeah, that's one of those paradoxical questions. But March, that's just not doing a whole heck of a lot here. Now, Miracle says, all right, that was cute, Crystal Man. Get out of here. Couple of bounces, though, coming through with that Rolling Thunder. There's going to be Wukong's command. The TP coming out from Moon now. He needs to try to burst down someone. Can they get the kill over onto GH? They will be able to take one down. Bryle's going to get taken down, though, as well. It's going to be the buyback, though. Venomancer not quite out of the game just yet. Wants to come back, put some more damage down. And with that buyback, it seems like Liquid seems pretty happy with it. They're just going to walk away. And they still have the Aegis.
That buyback wasn't necessary, to be honest. It was a little bit of a mistake from Veno, as Bryle should have known that Mool creep skipped, and he bought enough time for the protection to come online again. So if Veno didn't buy back, they'd still have to go back. They had no creeps. So yeah. Maybe they would have continued, but it was unlikely.
Got a 10K net worth lead now going out for Liquid, so the tables have definitely changed. This could have been a pretty decent pick off here for the Slark, but GH, of course, immediately popping that spike.
It's not possible. He has a 4-staff as well, and the new interaction with the
True. Oh, Moo, baby, this is not a good area for you right now. Does he know that there's that many people in the trees? It looks like they're nervous, though. They don't want to fight into it.
He has some backup. They're following him. They're coming to help him, so... Liquid, they're like, all right, calm down there, mister. We'll fight you, just wait a few seconds.
Yeah, they're going right back in again. They're on the prowl.
I'm wondering like if Slark is gonna be able to do anything once he gets that BKB. Basically, BKB is so good for him in this match particularly is because it's gonna allow him to join these fights multiple times without using his ultimate, which is huge, as he's gonna be able to get those stacks, re-engage, finally start hitting hard, finally start doing something, and yeah.
That's been a rough game for him for sure.
It definitely has.
Let's have more of like a skirmishy kind of lineup though too, coming up from the side of Liquid this time too. Just, you know, the fact that you've got the Wukong's command, right? That creates a lot of chaos, but you look at J.Storm and they're very dependent on Forev having the Rolling Thunder up, having the Poison Nova. March is just, can't be alone on the map at this point, honestly.
It's the position 5 curse. Sometimes you have to go out and board. If you die, you die. It happens.
Moo's popping around the corner here, has himself over onto Kuroki. Gonna just get stunned up.
They can't really decide if they want to fight or not.
They need to be careful here because they can't seem to make that decision. And oh man, the bell is coming through. Moo cannot afford to be taken down here. They'll use the Shadow Dance. Rubik getting used up into the air. They'll drop it, throw down the wall. BKBs are coming out though en masse now from the side of Liquid as they're trying to chase them down. And again, Moo has to pop his own. We'll have to go use the Shadow Blade. Bryle trying to run himself out, but he's down. There's no buyback now for this Venomancer. Liquid, they're just running at them with their faces right now. Miracle goes right back in here. He's got his eyes over on the side. Silence coming out, followed up with the Boundless. Move's got to just keep dancing in and out here, trying to get some of those stacks up. But look how fast, again, just chasing that March. March is like, I'm dead either way. I'm going to get this ultimate off by hook or by crook, but doesn't matter with that rage. This is not looking good for the side of J.Storm right now. They're just rapidly losing the buildings here into this base. Moo, he's trying again. He goes forward, but he can only do so much against Miracle, and he might be in for a little trouble again. Shadow Blade's going to get popped, and they'll keep throwing out that lucky shot. You know, I keep seeing Forev do whatever he can, but
it's not a lot, is it?
No, it's really not. And again, just trying to go in and out. Miracle is all surged up. He's super fast. Boundless is going to land over here onto the Slark. This is not looking good. He'll turn back around. He does have the Shadow Dance up again, trying to get the stacks up. There's going to be the vacuum coming through. Fear in for some, Forev in for some trouble. Frostbite does come out though, slows down Matoma just a little bit, and they do have the Silver Edge break coming through, and they'll be able to save him up, following up. Maybe grab GH now, but he's got the 4-step of Rolling Thunder again coming out. The BKB is going to be able to cause a lot of problems, so it's not going to be able to do as much as they would have liked. Both the BKBs back up and run. Do take down Forev here. This is not looking good. They're going to be able to take down March. If they take down Moo, I think this is going to be absolutely it. In fact, it's still not looking great either way.
Moo did get a lot of stacks, so perhaps he can kill.
Stay alive during all of this, Lizard?
I don't know. He just hides, I guess. Maybe he can take down one target. Let's see. No,
this is not looking good right now for Moo. He needs to get out, swim, little fishy, and he got caught up in that net.
That's just game, I think, right there. They do have a tier 2 on top, but
I mean, how do you stop these guys? Look at them. They're pretty much full health. You've got Curl just hanging out in the background, just constantly healing up people whenever they need to.
You beg for mercy. Right in all chat or something. I don't know what you
just kidding, guys. please stop murdering that poor Crystal Maiden. Yeah, 4 hits. And they're just going for the throne. There's no reason to delay it any longer at this point.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing J.Storm can do about this. Pango is alive, but so what?
It doesn't even have his ultimate right now. And again, this was what I was concerned about with J.Storm. They were holding all the cards, it felt like, at the beginning half of this game, and then it just all slipped away from them. Oh boy, all right, see you later, Fear. Wukong's command, Bryle, there's the GG call. So Liquid, you know, I would say they were heavily favored in this particular matchup, and J.Storm, they did a pretty decent job in delaying them, but in the end, Liquid, it's Liquid.
sometimes these trump cards such as Lark, sometimes these heroes that are looking a little bit awkward in the draft work out for the team that picked them, and they shine bright. But this Lark did not. This Lark had a rough lane. It's not only the lane, the way he played afterwards. He died a few times, and his team played really well in the first 10-15 minutes. Truth be told, it's because of Liquid's draft that allowed it as well.